Hey guys, Yuri here with another episode of Ask Yuri, and today I'm going to answer a pretty cool question. Something a lot of people should know about. How should I group my muscles for workouts, and which muscles should I train first? Okay, so this is a really good question, and it really depends on the type of training you're doing, what your training goal is. I'm not a huge fan of split workouts, which basically means like today we're going to do chest and biceps, tomorrow back and triceps, then shoulders and legs, right? That would be a typical kind of split workout, 3-day routine, where you're using non-competing muscle groups during the same workout. So for instance, if you did chest and bicep muscles in the same workout, you could do supersets where you do, for instance, bench press, and then bicep curls or chest press and pull-ups, right? So they're not very competing muscles, push and pull. And that's one way you can do it. So if you're doing a split routine like that, you want to be using muscle groups that do not compete with each other. You wouldn't want to do chest and triceps because triceps are heavily involved in the pushing motion because it's extension, okay? So you'd want to do a pull combined with some type of push or press, okay? So for instance, back and shoulders, you can do legs and chest, legs and back, legs pretty much go with anything. And you can do that as well. So one of the other things a lot of people do is they do instead of just doing muscle groups, they'll do a push and pull type of setup. So they'll do all exercises that involve pushing one day, and then another day they'll do pulling exercises. And that's one way you can do it as well. But just remember that you're not going to superset your workout as much. If you're doing pushing exercises, you might be doing bench press. You're not going to superset that with military press because you're doing pushing in the horizontal and pushing in the vertical. Right, so it doesn't make too much sense. So keep that in mind. Non-competing muscle groups, you want to work them together, and this is really cool if you want to work in kind of circuits where you go from one exercise to the next without necessarily competing. Again, competing movements or competing muscle groups. So again, depends. I mean, it's not like if you did 5 exercises of chest in a row, that'd be bad. I mean, it'd be a huge stimulation. Very challenging for your chest, but the general idea is like if you had a circuit, it could be something like push-ups, pull-ups, right? Push, pull. Then you might be doing squats. Then you might go back to a pushing exercise like a dumbbell chest press. You might work that in with a seated back row and then do a set of lunges, right? That would be a circuit, a 6-exercise circuit to hit your chest, back, and legs, big muscles that are non-competing, and it would work pretty well. Now, another what I like to focus on are more full body workouts. And again, when I do my full body workouts, when I put them together, I always consider the notion of are these exercises competing with each other? So I'm a big fan of circuit training. I'm a big fan of superset type workouts. And a lot of what I do, it revolves around big muscle movements, right? Big muscle exercises. So for instance, a typical workout might look like, I'm just going to give you an example of one of the ones I just did. So we did a superset of squat presses, right? So the arms holding, you can hold a barbell if you want. I do them dumbbells. So I'm doing, I'm gonna give you another example, better example. So I did forward reaching lunges. So this is kind of like a lower body exercise, kind of an advanced version of a lunge. So I did lunges forward, reaching forward. And I worked those in with renegade row push-ups. So renegade rows are awesome. You're basically only holding dumbbells as your handles on the floor, and you're pulling one back at a time, right? Awesome core exercise, back exercise, but at the same time, I'm also throwing in a push-up. So I'm doing a push-up, boom, back row, push-up, boom, back row, awesome. So I do that 4 sets. Forward reaching lunge, boom, renegade row push-ups. Absolutely no competition there, right? So I'm getting the lower body and then upper body, right? Upper body push and pull in the same exercise. Then my next superset, I was doing, what did I do? Romanian deadlifts. Okay, so Romanian deadlifts, again, with dumbbells or barbells. So basically, a Romanian deadlift is a deadlift whereby you keep your legs pretty much straight. To some degree, there's a little bit of bend, obviously, in the knees, but you're not bending all the way down to the floor like a traditional deadlift. So again, a very hip-dominant, leg-dominant movement, and then I work that in with dumbbell chest pullovers, right? So pretty much like your soccer throw-in type of movement for developing chest, shoulders, and lats and triceps at the same time. So very non-competing muscles, so you can just fly from one to the next without much rest in between. So that's an example of a workout that is awesome for building strength or muscle size, depending on how you program it, and without competing. Now, another general rule you want to think about is you want to hit the bigger muscles first and then work out, okay? So Generally, if you're doing again, a split routine where you're doing chest and biceps or whatever it might be, you want to focus on the big muscles, kind of the inner kind of core, and then work your way out. So again, this doesn't apply so much when you're structuring a workout program properly, but when let's say you're doing just chest or just biceps, or let's say you wanted to do, some people might do back and biceps. I'll give you an example, back and biceps. So you would not want to do your bicep routine, your bicep exercises before your back exercises, okay? Your back exercises, your back are bigger muscle groups, and as a result, the secondary working muscles are your biceps and forearms. So there'd be no sense to tire those out before doing your pulling for your back exercises. So focus on the big muscles first and then work out. Back exercises, then biceps, if that was the workout you had planned for yourself. Okay, and yeah, so that's kind of, there's a lot of technical stuff, and that's why there's so many different programs out there and so many different people saying different things when it comes to working out. Again, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, if you do things improperly, to some degree, like, you'll still get results. Obviously, you want to follow a properly structured program to get great results quicker, and that will last longer. And that's why I recommend checking out our Fitter You Fitness program, where you get my coaching and my workouts every single month. I'm putting new workouts, 6 to 8 new workouts. You don't have to think about anything. It's all done for you. They're specifically geared towards fat loss, getting stronger, and helping you get fitter than ever. It's not a muscle building program, so you'd have to go somewhere else for that. But if you want to get lean, if you want to get stronger and fitter than ever, then Fitter You Fitness is the place to be. The best workouts you'll ever experience, and most of them are less than 30 minutes. It'll blow your mind. So anyways, yeah, thanks for the question, and I'll see you in the next video.